Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Tech Forum's bi-monthly 86th online Tech Talk. Okay, today's speaker is Mr. Girish Ranade. I welcome him and all the
Thank
members
you.
who have joined at this moment. Okay, today's topic is very interesting topic of interest for everybody. It's a reverse engineering, and in Synopsys he has actually described three ways of reverse engineering as deconstructed for understanding the technology and extract of the design, which is very interesting. And when spare parts are not available, required and obsolete parts has to be reverse engineered. And third reason is for security and for fault diagnosis. And that is actually I added, sir. Ranade, sir. I added
Ah,
this thing for
okay, okay.
security or the fault diagnosis or troubleshooting. Also, the reverse engineering may be helpful. So, in the his introduction, everything is described as his profile. He is a director of Futura Absol Private Limited. He is engaged in the electronic design engineering. No, he is by education. He is electronic design engineer, and he has started the company. And the company is in the automatic test equipment. Okay, cable wiring harnesses, tester being a popular product, and so many electronic products he is actually manufacturing for his business profile, as it says. I will leave it to now Mr. Girish Ranade to proceed with the presentation.
Thank you
Good
so much.
morning,
Good
everybody.
morning,
Good morning.
everybody.
Good morning, Girish.
Good morning.
Finally
Good morning.
log in. So please start.
Oh, great, great. Thank you, Tech Forum, for allowing me to present in this interesting topic called reverse engineering. Now, basically, I'm B Electronics from Baroda, MSU, in way back in 1984. And then I have done postgraduate diploma in electronics design from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 85. Then I worked as R&D engineer in App Lab for 2 years. And since 1988, I'm in business. Presently, director, Future Apps for Private Limited. That is the name of our business. We design, manufacture, and market electronic products. And current focus is on um, automatic test equipments. Now, to understand reverse engineering, how I converted or I adopted reverse engineering, I must tell you my background. I started with design consultancy in 1988, actually, and it was products design, PCB design, industrial design, anything. So slowly, I shifted to own product called cable harness tester. It was way back in around 92. And by education, since I was again a designer, I was a staunch designer and a firm believer at that time that electronic product cannot be reverse engineered because I don't know the circuit, etc. And at that time, being a startup, there was no restriction. In Marathi, we call it KVKD. That means Kai Vattel Te Karun Deu. So I was in that mode at that point of time. So my reverse engineering guru is late Sri Shekhar Kulkarni of Manix. His company's name is Manix, and he passed away in about 5 years back. So his background is he's an IIT graduate. Why I am explaining this? Because uh, as soon as we say IIT graduate, we admire his technical capabilities. His guru was Bhau Joshi of Saudamini in reverse engineering. Shekhar Kulkarni guided many people, many students, I would say. He also had an Institute of Reverse Engineering. So he believed strongly in reverse engineering. And there was no restriction on domain. He selected any product. It was a toy, and it could be Marathi film also. He has produced 2 Marathi films which are exactly copied from Hindi films. And if anyone went to his factory, he had an exhibition, sort of exhibition, that this is original, this is my product, this is original, this is my product, like that. He had many products exhibited in his office in Navi Peth. So I would like to start with my first reverse engineered product at that time, maybe in 90s. So it was given to me by Shekhar Kulkarni sir only from a dealer on Lamington Road. And he told me that there is a requirement of 50 numbers immediately. So can you do it? Just check it. It was an electronic product. So original was made in Taiwan. It was a printer sharer of parallel port. Young people or this generation people may not even know what is printer sharer. But functionally, I'll describe in one sentence that earlier printers were on parallel port and multiple computers to print on one on the same port was difficult because you have to keep changing cable from here and there. So it was a printer sharer, one printer and multiple computers, because of course printer utility was very less. Then manual, it was available. Manually you select the computer and it will that computer will get connected to that printer. But this particular product was automatic. Another thing which appealed me most was that it was without any power supply. There was no external power supply. And the product was 4 computers connected to one printer. Whichever asked for printing, it was automatically connected to the printer and it used to print. Now it's slightly technical. Any parallel port or any serial port for that matter, there is no power supply pin. So that is what admired me most, that how they are doing it, that without connecting any external power supply, which I had never imagined or for such a thing, that without power supply, how can it work? So, but it worked beautifully. Then just to give a glimpse, on left hand side is original, on right hand side is what we did. So automatic parallel 4 computers to one printer shared. That's what it was. So how we did it? That first we received a sample. I opened it and studied it, but I waited for 2 months at least. One fine day, could complete my slides. So this is my experience, which I have already talked about. And then this is how my background, how it goes. Then third is, this is late Mr. Shekhar Kulkarni, who was my guru, and his background little bit. This also I have talked about. And then this is how first engineered product, reverse engineered product was. I mean, these are the things which about the product. Then this is a parallel and serial port, which says that it does not have any power supply pin. These are the photographs of original and reverse engineered product. You can see it is almost similar. Now this is we have already made a mold. We had made a mold because now the product is of course obsolete, because there is no need of printer sharer anymore, because everything goes on LAN. And so going ahead, after receiving the sample, I waited for almost 2 months. One fine day, Mr. Kulkarni asked me, "Why are you waiting?" I said that I cannot copy the circuit because there are a lot of ICs on the top, and it is a double-sided PCB. So how can I do it? So he just told me, and that's what was the first lesson, that cut open IC, the product is costing 1,500 rupees only right now. So that is what is your design expense. That is what my first lesson. Then immediately I cut open all the ICs, and luckily all the IC numbers were already printed. They were not rubbed out. So, and I gave that to a PCB designer, well-known PCB designer, and asked them to copy 1 to 1. That don't ask me circuit, it is like this only, we have to do it. And luckily that at that time it was a double-sided or PTH PCB only. So, and then I asked them that to supply me first few PCBs. And what we did, that we made first PCB, assembled first PCB. A small error we found in artwork, and then we found that yes, it is working. So straightway it started working. And that was the time when I thought that yes, reverse engineering in electronics is also possible. Then making enclosure was a challenge because original one was with mold. So what we did was we um found out a equivalent multimeter enclosure, and we used bottom of the multimeter enclosure, and at the top we made a simple plate of say HIP or plastic plate, and we got it painted and printed, and we made first batch and supplied it 50 numbers. So it was fantastic. I mean, without knowing the circuit, we could reverse engineer it. And then the slowly demand increased. The same dealer asked for multiple numbers, and then we started it marketing India wide. Then I used to go to different cities. Now at that point of time, my another product, cable harness tester, was already ready. It was self-designed, and that also I used to market. So both things I used to market pan India, all over India. Then we went to make mold of this particular product, printer sharer. Then we had many more batches made. Moving on. So now the product line was open for us. That is printer sharer. Then I purchased another product which is 2 to 1, 2 computer to 1 printer, and it was of different make. So there was no need to get product from the same make. This was a different brand altogether. We copied it, and this is what is the printer sharer for automatic 2 computer to 1 printer. Earlier one we made 4 computer to 1 printer. This was 2 computer to 1 printer. And then now we had learned a little bit about reverse engineering. So we directly made a mold and we proceeded. Now the third product was a manual switch. It was a manual switch, not automatic. Now in that also I learned a lot of things. So in that I learned that product that sales is important. The technology is not that important. We have to the product which is in demand, that we have to make, because 1 to 2 MP1 to 2, that is manual parallel 1 computer to 2 printer or 2 computer to 1 printer, was purely manual switch product. There was no electronic IC anything, but the design was so nice that it did not have PTH PCB, because PTH or two-sided PCB is always, PTH PCB is made in glass epoxy, which is cost is more. Now this product was basically very low cost, and it used 2 paper-phenolic PCBs, one on the top of the other, and that was a fantastic design. So we copied that, and so the cost came down drastically because of that design. And then it was slightly easy marketing, because this manual product was also known to people. Moving ahead, as I explained that I already had my own designed product called cable harness tester, which I used to sell. Now in the same connection, I went to one customer in Mumbai, in Turve rather to be precise, and I showed him my product. He was a harness manufacturer, and it was way back in 90s actually. And then he said that I already have a Japanese product, and so I don't want this right now. So I told him I requested him to show me the product, and then he showed me the product, and it was this product on left hand side, which was by a Japanese company. Then I requested him to give that product for about a week's time to me, and there was some compromise on commercial terms for a new product from selling from Futura to that company. But that's how I got the sample. I came back and opened it, and this was the product which we copied or reverse engineered. Now moving ahead on about the same product. So first I got the sample from my customer. Then I opened and studied. We started designing PCB. It was a beautiful product. Since I knew a lot of things about harness testing, I could appreciate the product. Now there was a challenge that there was one IC whose name was unknown. Now at that time there was no Google, nothing. So there was one beautiful book called IC Master, and it was available in ETDC Pune, which is CEDT and CET and ETDC. There is in Pune in Agriculture College. It is today also it is at the same place, and there was IC Master available. I have frantically searched for that IC, but the IC number was nowhere. Then I thought that must be some ASIC. But then because since I knew a lot of things about harness testing, I thought that this cannot be ASIC. This has to be some standard IC. So I reverse engineered the complete circuit. And then I found out that it is hardly a 10 rupee IC, should be. And then I replaced that IC with what I had thought of, and it worked beautifully. It was a simple flip-flop 7474. What if anybody from electronics background, they will appreciate that. And so I came to know, I found out that Japanese people had purposely renamed only one IC, got it printed to prevent copying. So but I copied it, and after studying circuit, that IC was finalized. Enclosure design was beautiful as usual, and we did the enclosure design. As you can see here that 1 minute, sorry. That this is the copy, and you can see that it is all exactly the same. We did not deviate in any dimension, also mm to mm. So that's how it was copied. Now I have got a very beautiful marketing experience in that. So I always used to carry my harness testers to different places. Same way I carried it to Delhi, and it was around 5:15. I went to a harness manufacturer for the first time. And at the reception, I told that I have come from Pune, and I want to show you the harness tester. And it was in 90s. So the message came from upstairs that now the time is over. You just leave your visiting card here. We'll contact you. But I requested that receptionist that please let me meet for at least 2 minutes. I'll introduce myself. I've come a long way from Pune. So that person came down, and I just took out this tester, Japanese copied tester, and he was aghast because they were already using 5 numbers of them. 5 such testers they were using, and they said that we are in process of purchasing few more. What is the guarantee that it will work fine? So already in reverse engineering, the principle is that 100% money back guarantee. So I told him that I'll give you 100% money back guarantee, and I'm quite sure that it will work. And then he purchased one, and then few other, more quantity. So that marketing experience was simply different because of the same appearance, he could immediately correlate. Now there was of course some change in connections. Japanese used a different type of connector at the output. We use different type of connector, but that was not a problem. So this was my marketing experience, which gave me a lot of confidence in reverse engineering again. Now moving ahead, already my harness tester was becoming quite popular. Then we decided to upgrade our harness tester. Now there was another customer who was using this. On left hand side there is an American tester, this tester. So he said that this tester is quite good, and so what I thought that my harness tester was a little bit bulky, our harness tester, because we of course used at that time whatever was available. So what I did was I imported this particular tester on left hand side. I still have that tester, and we copied part of it, and now my tester looks like on right hand side. This design is almost 12-13 years old, but still it is popular, quite popular, and people really appreciate it. A small change you can see on left hand side, there are two triangular keys actually, up and down. Now it was not possible to have triangular mold, and I did not intend to make any mold. So what we did, we used the rectangular keys only, but placed them like rhombus. So it just looks like arrow. So, and we converted it to up and down keys. Otherwise, all other keys are similar. So this is how the appearance we have copied, not the circuitry. Circuitry is ours, internal. But the appearance is copied, and immediately it gets correlated to the test equipment. Now on backside also, this is the backside. So the construction, the structure was so beautiful in American tester that we copied it. Of course, we had to change our processes to laser cutting because of lot of accuracy required in microns. But that is okay. Slowly the process was available locally. Laser cutting was available, and we did a lot of CAD things, and we gave it. And this called for, again I'll repeat, this called for a lot of accuracy in fabrication, but that we did it, and the product is really very easy to assemble, very easy to maintain. So the design was beautiful, and so the structure in this case was adopted. We redesigned our PCBs to suit our structure, and that's how we have reverse engineering in our existing product line. So we got the sample. I purchased it I spent money on getting a sample, opened, studied. We redesigned PCBs, adopted enclosure, changed our PCBs as I explained, and enclosure design. So this was a part of reverse engineering in that particular. So this is what is our current product. We give a lot of accessories with the product. Now, earlier reverse engineered experience I used in some different product design. PHTML is another harness tester, which is so by simple parts we used in existing product design. There was a protection, ESD protection in very good ESD protection in US based tester. We adopted immediately that protection circuitry. Earlier also we used only slightly technical, we used only 2 diodes, but this particular circuit had resistor also in series. So we also added that, and it prevented a lot of ESD problems. Now another product of ours is gauge link, and I did it without power supply, serial port, based on serial port. This connects any vernier, Mitutoyo vernier or micrometer directly to computer. That's what was the product, gauge link, and it works without power supply. I don't need a power supply for that particular product. It is a microcontroller based product, but still it does not have any power supply. It takes power from the serial port connections itself. And some of the IO card components I explained. Then once we were known for making new equipments, there are a lot of customers who come up and say that I want this equipment. So same way, harness assembly aid with pull, that was the HAP, that is another product. One of our customers showed us the Japanese product and said we want something like this. So we have done that already. So it is circuitry is ours, appearance is something like Japanese. Now these are a few slides about design process. I will rush through them because there are a lot of knowledgeable people here. Now I'll just move on to, I feel design is an aptitude and it is a way of thinking. So I'll just rush through the design part of it. So basically, this is what is firm in my mind, is that it is design is for customers to fulfill their demand, and it has to be sold to make profits. That is the bottom line. I mean, it is not to prove that I am a good designer. It is to be sold to make profits. So I'll just move forward. And design is actually teamwork of thoughts. And thoughts are in any domain, metallurgical, mechanical, pneumatics, electrical. So a lot of domains. And generally we know 2-3 domains maximum. So another point is detailing is also very important in designing. like for example, I've given you here example, I won't click on this. Just simply you can go to USB 2.0 specification. It is a 600 pages document. So simple thing like USB 2.0, and the detailing is so huge that it is a 600 pages document. So going ahead, so generally it's very difficult for one person or small teams uh, for to make a very design a product which is good in all respects. So going ahead on reverse engineering, is the word copy correct? So copy is a general word which everybody understands. So we copy day in and day out since our childhood. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
You are perfectly audible.
Yeah. Okay. So we copy day in, day out unknowingly since our childhood. We copy our parents, we copy our teachers, we copy our friends. So there is no, we are already copy masters since childhood. So there is nothing wrong in copying. So now we have to copy systematically. Now, I don't want to downgrade anyone, but earlier we know that look-alike copies are already available. They were available, but the functionally they might be different. But now reverse engineering is simply copying systematically with all its aspects. For example, a very simple thing is material. Suppose there is a particular material which is used in a product, then we have to use in reverse engineering the similar or same material with same properties. Generally, what happens that look-alike is made with different material. So it doesn't work because already reverse engineering product is, they are using that material because of its functionality. So copying systematically is what is reverse engineering, I would say. And we have to be proud to copy, nothing wrong in copying. So one of the first steps in copying is product appreciation. And I feel that is a very important part of copying. That is the first step. Now, a little bit funny part, which I have taken also from my guru. He used to say that it is collaboration WC. That is collaboration without consent. I am collaborating with my collaborator without his consent. Then second part, which I have already told, that you immediately say that 100% money back guarantee for the product. So the customer is very, he trusts you that yes, okay. If he is giving 100% money back, if it doesn't work, then it's worth trying it at least. Then one of my gurus and his gurus phrase, few people may not like it. Let's do Sashtang Namaskar to Sahib for giving good product. And a few people might admit to this that yes, these products, imported products, are some of the products are really very good that we can never think of such products. So, and another part is that he has already employed 1,000 people for my R&D. So why should I waste here in R&D? So that is what are the few statements I would say. Now, going ahead, the first point is the product search. How to search for a product. So there are various ways in which products are searched. One of the methods is search for products through import data. Nowadays, import data is easily available, and we all have HSN code, harmonized code, and so through that code, one can really get import data. Now, the product which is imported is imported in good quantities is the product to be which can be copied or which can be considered. That is one of the ways. Then second is search through contacts. So through your contacts, one's contact, one can say that yes, I'll get this product for copying. Another point is search at exhibitions abroad. One can go visit exhibitions and really get the item. Another way is to get items to repair. There are many products which suppose malfunction, then we can just say that yes, I will try to repair this. And that is a sample for your reverse engineering product. Search with traders. Again, traders are a good source because they know that this product sells and this has to be reverse engineered. And once you are known for reverse engineering, many will give samples, make them available that this is the product, this is a good product. You just look at it. Now, how to do it is, as I said, that appreciation is very important. If we have a product in hand, right from packing box, in packing material, whatever is used inside, user's manual, then enclosed components. There are a lot of screws or some things which come along with the product. Those are also very good. Then we can look at the actual product, its appearance, its color, its size, its shape, and then location of parts like connectors or heat sinks. So those can be appreciated. Then enclosure or fasteners, that is type of screws used or type of press fits they are using, then type of small mechanical parts they are using. So this can be appreciated and then really adopted immediately. Then usage of the product, because there are a lot of good displays or the communicating language or whatever, I would say user interface or ergonomics or anything that can be really looked at it. And of course, features of the product, which we can really appreciate. And once you appreciate it, we will immediately adopt it. So what we can do is we can start one or more part in existing product, like packaging is good. Then we'll just adopt it in our existing product. And if the screws type is good, then we can adopt that. We can adopt any part which is appreciable and which we appreciate, and we say that yes, this is a very good change in my product. It will upgrade my product. So once we know that this part is better than whatever I'm using currently in my product, then we'll immediately start adopting. So appreciation is the first step. Reverse engineering need not be of a complete product as such. One can copy complete product. There is no problem at all. But it need not be of the complete product. One can adopt structure. We can adopt, as I told, that colors, packaging, anything. So reversing can be a feature, a function, industrial design. So now, without telling everyone, or you can see that all main, whatever you know, people, all or famous brands have their competitors' products open for studying. And this is a fact. One can confirm it if anyone knows, but this is a fact. I've already seen when I visit some brands, competitors' products are open and they are available for studying. And those people really study these products. Now, one of a few last slides. When I visited Japan, at Nagoya, I visited a Toyota exhibition actually. So the family surname is actually Toyoda, DA. And their original business is textile machines. But then they also made car, Toyota, and they are quite popular. So there they proudly they have given they have exhibited this, that we started by taking apart and studying a Chevrolet car, and they have written their establishment of an automotive product division. So they proudly say that starting by taking apart and studying a Chevrolet car. This is there in their exhibition. I mean, Toyota's exhibition, it is written there. And I'll read out 3 lines. In a corner of Toyota Automatic Loom Works, preparations began in earnest to build prototype vehicles. While recruiting people with relevant experience from outside the company, Kichiro Toyoda immersed himself in the development and manufacture of domestic automobiles. So this was the starting point of Toyota, and today Toyota, we know that one of the leading automobile manufacturers. So moving ahead, there is a small document which I will open right now. So this shows that, I mean, we cannot imagine that this was the pioneer in this particular thing. For example, this is slightly old data, but we can correlate. 35mm camera pioneer were Leica, Contrax, Exacta. I've never heard of these names. But now what we know is Canon, Nikon. These are the similarly ballpoint pens, Renault, and now Parker is a soft drink. We know Pepsi and Coke. And then microwave ovens, Raytheon, Panasonic, personal computers, Altair, IBM PC, spreadsheet, load, and these are the these are the pioneers in copied products rather. 1 minute. Huh? Okay. So the another question comes is what about patents? So many products are outside patent. So we can easily copy products and check what can be modified. We can say what can be modified. Now, so that is the end of my presentation. And I wish you all a happy, enjoyable, satisfying, and prosperous reverse engineering. Any questions?
Sir, thank you very much. And I thank all the participants. There are 20 plus participants. So that's nice figure. The subject itself is so interesting that people actually got attracted to. I request Vilas Rabadeji to speak over it.
Yeah, thank you, Girish, for this wonderful presentation. I am aware. And friends, the father of reverse engineering is Shekhar Kulkarni, rather I know, and he made a Gita Sar, which Girish will circulate. It's an ideal. You should put it in your office so that it will always remind you to do some reverse engineering products. Anyway, it was a wonderful presentation, and I know Girish and all his followers of Mr. Shekhar Kulkarni have made successfully the reverse engineering of various products and prospered in their business. Rather, I always say all the startups should initiate this so that they will have a stable product and stable business. So those who are having any questions, we will keep open the platform. So please identify your name and fire your questions.
Mr. Hemant wants to talk.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning. My name is Hemant Bhange. Good morning. Girish, it was very good. In fact, we have been listening this word, but I think you have added too much depth to that. Many times the reverse engineering is misunderstood as, copy and sophisticated version of copy. So maybe can you throw some light on that?
That I
Am
just
I audible?
explained. Yeah. So I just explained that the copy.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. Copying is a general word which common people know. But copying has got many aspects.
Many times. Many times. Yeah.
So common people can call it copy. Common people can call it copying.
Yes.
But one who copies or one reverse engineer the product, he only knows that how difficult it is or how it is to be done.
So what is the thin line? Because even patents are very, very flexible. So what is the thin line? Which are the differentiating parameter which we normally?
So it will vary from product to product. So if it is a patented product, we can it is part of study what we can change to avoid that. So the thin line between patented and non-patented product or how to avoid patent is a very it can be studied from product. It will differ from product to product. But that should not stop us from copying or reverse engineering.
Hello.
Yeah,
Am I
please go ahead.
audible? I am
Yes,
Hemant number 2. I am
Yeah.
Hemant Pardikar.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this on patents, I was just listening to this. I am an expert in theory of inventive problem solving called TRIZ. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So TRIZ has some strong algorithms in how to circumvent patents, how to redesign the product so that patents can be circumvented legally and a separate patent can be filed.
Oh, great.
Second thing, it has, there is so much parallel I am seeing here. There is also some good algorithms in terms of product redesign and process redesign, so that you do a product analysis as to in the product what are the functions that the components are doing, and what is the hierarchy of the functions, what are the costs of those components, and if certain functions of one components can be passed on to others or redesigned in a different way. So I felt that TRIZ has some great applications in this kind of reverse engineering. That's what I just wanted to leave that thought with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you.
Hemant, I think we can organize your presentation on this. Please get in touch with us and we will allocate the date, because
Yes,
this is
sir.
quite interesting, because many people get fear that how can I copy this, then if I copy this I may be fined and whatnot. So this is quite interesting, and already we have educated our team for the TRIZ. We had one lecture on TRIZ.
Yes. January I did that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think your presentation will definitely help the
Yes.
startup to copy the product and come in the market.
Yes. I'll contact you separately on this.
Sir,
Okay,
Hemant sir, you have said about the process and product, both
Yes.
things actually.
Both, actually, a product can be also be seen as process of its components.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, so in fact, this is not the time to talk in
Yeah, it's
detail
okay.
about it, but I'll be happy to talk about it separately.
Yes.
Recently, I did a similar presentation at Forging Technology Forum.
Okay. Okay.
On 28th, I did that.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, it was a
Our members would definitely interested listening to you.
yes, sure, sir. Thank you. I will do that.
Next question, please.
One Mr. Sandeep Natekar,
Yeah,
He-
Sandeep, please go ahead.
he has in chat he has given a question that why purchase RE product? How much is the cost saving for a purchaser? And any IP issues faced and how they were tackled? And time versus cost trade-off for RE product. Now, to answer this, first thing is any IP issues that we have just now discussed. Then why purchase RE product is just to reverse engineer. I mean, I think as I can understand, Sandeep, can you just explain what is the meaning of this question? That why
Yes.
customer should purchase RE product, or why
Yes.
a
So my
designer
the first question is, why would I as a purchaser go for a reverse engineered product? What are the
Okay.
benefits or what are the advantages?
Correct.
Second one is cost obviously could be one. So how much is the saving? Third question is, did you face any IP issues in your business and how did you face them? And last question is, what are the trade-offs while developing an RE product, time versus cost?
Yes. Now, very first question, why purchase RE product? That is because simply now the Shekhar Kulkarni gave a thumb rule that you price your product 10% less than the imported product. Now, we all know that there are a lot of barriers which government introduces, like customs duties or the testing. Now, CE marking is one of the barrier you can see in spite of having a good quality product. China also has introduced. Now, Indian government has also added a list of huge list now for imported electronic products. These are to be tested by BIS and so on. So the user or the customer will purchase for many reasons. One is the price, 10% less maybe, or for the same quality. That is what I said, that we are guaranteeing the quality at lesser price. That is one thing. Secondly is available service. Thirdly, I can catch hold of someone in locally. So there are various reasons for each customer to purchase this product. There may be hindrance in import also sometimes. So there is no one reason why a purchaser should go for RE product. Nowadays, last say 6-7 years, it is national proudness that yes, I'm going to buy Indian product. I'm not going to buy. So there can be various reasons. Now, how much is the cost saving for purchaser? That purchaser has to decide that this is my cost saving. That's why I will go for it. In any business, no one will purchase a costlier product if a cheaper one is available with same functionalities for sure. I will not go for costlier product. If I have a cheaper version available, if I have a cheaper option available, I'll definitely go for cheaper with the same functionality. So it is up to purchaser to decide whether my cost saving is there or not and whether I should go for this product or not. Now IP issues, I have never faced any IP issue. Maybe we are very small, but or the part which we copied had never had any IP as such. But as right now Hemant sir told that even if they are patented, there are ways and means to bypass those features of those products. So it's not. One might feel that patent is a very huge hindrance, but many times it is not. It is just in our minds that because this is patented, we cannot copy. So you can take example of pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals, the research mainly is done abroad, and we immediately adopt by different processes. So that is a very good example. Then time versus cost trade-off for RE product is always there. One can really correlate because if I have to employ a knowledgeable, experienced engineers for designing it, and I may not reach up to the imported product, then time to market is always advantage for a reverse engineered product to reach up to that level. That's what I would say. I hope I have answered all your questions.
Actually, my last question is that in your experience, what is the trade-off for the time required to reverse engineer and make a duplicate product versus the profit benefit?
Frankly, I have not calculated that. But as I told that I would have never imagined a certain product which already my reverse engineered product gave me. So it's very difficult to say the trade-off between say profit making and this, but it's always I mean the feature wise the product gets enhanced. That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next question.
Sir, as you have explained about the success stories of the RE products from people like Canon and all that. So similarly, do you have any case studies for the patent or IP violation cases?
No, that is not a part of my study. So I don't have any such information.
Okay. See, normally in selection of the product is done based on its reversibility. Any complex, complicated or IP related issues, normally these startup do not touch. Am I right, Girish?
Yes, and they should not touch. There are so many thousands of products available to be reverse engineered, which one can select really. And maybe I'm slightly stretching it too far. It can be a process also, not only product. Process also can be copied.
Can be applicable for any field. Reverse engineering can be applicable to any field.
Any field, yes, that's right. If somebody likes something, then they can just adopt it.
Yeah.
There is one more question by Mr. Sudhir. How to do reverse engineering for products containing both hardware as well as software? Now, as I said, that software part, of course, we all know that it's difficult to copy as such because everyone has in microcontroller based embedded system, everyone now locks the software. But there are a lot of other things which one can copy. We can copy all the displays and write firmware accordingly. We can copy features, we can copy appearance, and software has to be written, which we are expert actually. India is quite known for software. So duplicating software should not be a problem. Hardware, yes, of course, hardware is an issue. There are many components which may be available, which may not be available, etc. But my personal opinion in this is that we can adopt certain things and certain things may not be adopted. So there is one more question.
Okay, thank you.
No, sorry, no, not a question. It's a comment.
Any more questions, please?
Sorry. One more question. Reverse engineering of software product is by functionality. Please elaborate. So I think I have just now elaborated that reverse engineering is equally difficult as design. That's what I would put it, because reverse engineering calls for studying in a different manner. So we should know all the functionality of that particular product for writing software at least, and then only we can copy.
Yeah, I'll give you one example. When I was working with Philips, after 1975, import of capital goods was banned because India was not having any foreign exchange. And that time we were making electrolytic capacitors, and there was a huge demand for electrolytic capacitors from telecom industry, especially the push button telephones. And we were not able to supply those radial type electrolytic capacitors. So we took the decision of reverse engineering one of the Japanese machine. But one rule we followed, which always our guru, Shekhar Kulkarni, said that makhi to makhi, you have to copy, no changes in whatever machine you see in front of you. So we hired a draftsman and made the total drawings of it. Of course, the electronic, we did it our own because you cannot copy the software, as Girish has said. But once you know the function, our engineers are capable of making their own software or own hardware for such operations. And we did that. And that machine, when we assembled, it worked first time right. And the first failure came after 2.5 years after that too, because of the mechanics mistake. So 2.5 years, it worked in 3 shifts for 2.5 years. So which was a great success we feel that. And even we made one modification, but that modification was first done on Japanese machine and confirmed that it is working. So when we made the final machine, it was much better than the Japanese machine, I should say, and it gave us a very good service. So I have this kind of a little experience about reverse engineering, and that's why I like the subject. And when I was discussing with Girish, I thought, let's have this, because Girish has given this lecture many times in many forums, and which gained a lot of popularity. So thank you. Any more questions? We can take the last question.
Yes, I have one question.
Please.
So are reverse engineering products adopted by everyone, or in the bigger corporates like telco, let's say Tata Motors or Indian Railways, or government, or are they restricted? The adoption is restricted to MSMEs or small scale industries?
No, there is no restriction. If you are giving good product, then there is no restriction at all.
So there is no consciousness on amongst the bigger players on adopting reverse engineered products, right?
At least no. When I was in Philips, like multinational company, we never thought of this because it was a necessity, and we wanted to take the market share. So we decided to reverse engineer it, because designing and making it would have taken more time, rather 3 times what we did.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So I would like to make a statement here that reverse engineering is a part of design.
Yeah,
it's
quite a bold
not,
statement. Yeah.
It's a part of design process itself. I mean, it's not separate. We should not differentiate rather between reverse engineering and design. These are two not separate things. It's a part of design process itself. We have to make it a part of design process.
Yes.
So my question was coming from the situation where certain companies, especially the bigger players, have certain products empaneled, or they are standardized in their processes. So are they willing to change that and go for reverse engineered local products for their processes?
You mean for purchasing?
Purchasing, yes. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question again?
So,
Because
like for example, some telecom companies I know they only use Tektronix equipment or Road and Swords or some such equipment. It is standardized in their SOPs or in their bill of materials. Will these bigger players change that and go for a reverse engineered product which is locally made and available to be cheaper?
yeah. I will answer this question in a different way. It simply means that there is no parallel product available locally. If you have a similar product, exactly same functionality, they will definitely intervene. Why not? But there are thousands of products which are really not available locally. Of that, now since you have named Road and Schwarz, of that accuracy, of that functionality, it's simply not available. That it is a straight meaning of that. And if it is available, we have to give complete assurance that yes, it will work in the same manner as the original one or as this one. And sad to say, but we are not yet that confident in many high-tech products.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Rabde sir, there are 4 minutes, so I will ask one question.
Okay.
This question is to Mr. Hemant Pardikar as well as to Girish sir, that how to protect the product from reverse engineering.
Yes, I will tell you. I am Hemant Pardikar. So, as patent circumvention is a part of TRIS process, TRIS has some algorithm for patents circumvention. So, conversely, it has also algorithm for patent protection.
Okay. Yeah.
So, actually, it is difficult to explain in 3, 4, 5 sentences. But patent it is the converse of patent protection.
Yeah, we'll take it up in your presentation. This is a very
Yes,
good
sir.
question. I think one of the best question in today's lecture.
Now, from my side, I'll comment on this. That first thing is that there are various ways and means, like the Japanese did, that rubbing the IC name in case of electronics. But some people are smarter than those and they can easily copy it. That is another point. Then secondly, it's a part of business that we have to have some USP for the product always. So my product will be much better than always. It will be better than whatever copied. But the copying person or the product who is reverse engineering is always one step ahead, and maybe a one step ahead, not always. But I have to be, as a business, I have to be smarter than that, than my competitors. So that's what I will answer.
Hemant sir and Ranade sir, next time you ask me, I have got 2, 3 methods of how to counterfeit the reverse engineering. I definitely have.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. So I think, friends, we are come to an end now, and we can take last question if we have time.
Vilas.
Yeah, please.
This is Vijay Ghate.
Who?
I Ghate.
Bola. Vijay.
I have one point to make. Having been involved in several reverse engineering projects, in doing it myself and guiding other people doing it, and also solving problems in reverse engineering, I found there are 3 important principles that are applicable. Girish ji said you must understand the product. So what I found is when you get the sample, you can examine it, you can inspect it. So what is done in that product, you can very easily, with some effort, find out. Then the next step is how it is done. That means the process is followed, what material is used, and so on, which is a little difficult. Most difficult part is why it is done that way. I think it is important to know why it is done that way, because otherwise you will not be able to make a product as reliable, as fit for the use. These are just from my personal experience I wanted to share.
Yeah, that's a very good input.
So one last sentence. So that's why Shekhar Kulkarni sir always said, and Rabde sir has told, that copy 100% mashi to mashi. So, so the why question we can ask later. First, material to material also we have to, so it may call for material analysis from experts from institutions like NCL or anybody to, but to copy one to one exactly reverse engineering. And he jokingly said that even if you don't copy the outside packaging, the product will not work. That's what he was. So that is the level to which we should copy the product. That's what he wanted.
It should be copied in knowledge. See, we copied one coherent make, USA make laser tube for CO2 laser tube. But we did exactly what exact copy. We, with the help of draftsman, we made a drawing and duplicated it, and it worked. And it was giving full 50-watt output during our days, because it was a glass tube, and twice in imports it has broken. So we had no alternative but to reverse engineer it. Otherwise, our production would have come to a standstill. And that tube gave a very good life, as good as the coherent. And the glass was tested at NCL, and it was a borosil gas, Corning glass, which was 100% copied by borosil, and we used those glass tubes. So with this note, I thank Mr. Girish and everyone for supporting this presentation today.